Kaya, Wanji, Kaya, Nijabal Jane, Nijanunga, Buja Court. This land, this place, these people, my heart. They're the words from beautiful Honey Webb's song, a Noongar performer who gifted that beautiful song for us to use and share, for her to use and share, and for us to use and share with our children, to demonstrate that Noongar culture is thriving today. I'm sorry I can't be with you today. I've managed to contract a virus, and I'm still awaiting my COVID clearance, COVID test clearance, so I can't come today. But I have got for you a couple of beautiful gifts for you to use for next week or any week. Next week is the second lot of dates that have been announced for NAIDOC week. My school has already had their NAIDOC week, and it was certainly our most successful. It was a lot more integrated across the curriculum, and there was something for our kids to do every day that celebrated Aboriginal cultures. What I've got for you today is something that came for me today, and it came via the post, and it was a new resource, two new resources from Connecting to Culture. I purchased them through, and it's one CD, which is Stand and Grow, and another CD called Nama, and they've been put together by Sharon Bell. These are glorious and wonderful to use across a wide range of teaching contexts, I believe. For me, in the primary concept, very, very easy to use. Great as so many of them are great to teach as to have as background songs for and for music to children to move to and explore creatively. Another way that you could use them is, again, through students moving to them or listening and then coming together to discuss musically what they've heard. That kind of activity, doesn't matter the piece of music, that kind of music can be a great way to engage your students in any year group or across a wide variety of contexts. Let's say you teach piano. One of these could be put on as a song, as a piece when your student comes in, play them the song. What can you, and then as teacher to student, what can you tell me about the music that you've just heard? Can you pick out any of the melodies? What can you tell me about that melody? And so on. So we can talk about it in terms of pitch, in terms of movement, pitch movement, so steps, leaps, skips. We can talk about it in terms of ascending and descending. We can talk about it in terms of tempo, and the kinds and how the music might change and its feel change if we were to perform it at a different tempo. What about in terms of the timbre and the instrument choices used? What could we add that would maybe make it different? There's a beautiful piece in there across the CD that we could use where there's a variety of different percussion instruments used to represent different animals. Do students have different choices that they could make that may be more suitable, or do they have some other animals and some instrument choices that they could make that would make the that they could add to the piece to make it less Queensland? Beautiful Sharon is from Queensland, from Aboriginal countries that we now know as Queensland. If we were to include this in the West Australian context or on my context and where you're having the workshop today, so on Whadjuk country, what would be some animals specific to here that we might use, such as quenda or kubadi with our magpie. What kind of instruments might we use to represent those? However, for today, the little activity that I thought would be really great, and she's done virtually a whole album on acknowledging country. and that's this one, the Stand and Grow one. There's so many pieces there that really get into the reason why it's important to acknowledge the country that we're on, and to really connect with the land, and our beautiful Aboriginal cultures. One of the songs in there, and the song that we're going to use today, was used for to promote early childhood education. And my suggestion is that we broaden our classroom experience to using our whole school environment, and get our kids outside of our room, and to take some ownership, and to go and find a piece of culture, a piece of country that they can bring back to the classroom. And this doesn't have to be all deep and meaningful. They can just go out and they can find a leaf, and then they can bring that, and so this can be like, you can go for head outside, hopefully with a lot more structure than what I do it, and we remind the kids that they need to go outside quietly, because yes, there are other students working inside and they don't want to hear us screaming, which I'm sure would never happen in your context. And yeah, so they can go outside. You've got 2 minutes. This needs to be done quietly. Go outside, find yourself something interesting that doesn't need to be pulled off a tree or a living thing, and that is less than a metre square, so you can actually get it in the door. So something small, something that's not going to damage a living thing, and bring it back into the classroom. And then these can be placed, say, in a circle or just randomly throughout your room, and then students can move. And then at the sound of, like intermittently, students may stop and put their body into the shape of what's near them. And then off they go, move again, and put their body into the shape of the next thing they see. And this way, students are connecting both with the music and with the beautiful country that we're on. And also, it will create conversations like, well, did you see my leaf? Did you see my stick? And, it becomes part of them too. A lovely, easy, small activity that you could do for every class for next week. And, okay, that's more for your music classroom music teachers, which is my content. Anyway, I hope you have a beautiful rest of your workshop. Thanks, everyone. I'm Jane Nicholas. Bye.